Coming up, part of one county is evacuated after a train derailment.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Governor Andy Beshear has declared a state of emergency and an entire town was evacuated after a train carrying some kind of sulfur substance derailed. It happened near Livingston in Rockcastle County. This is as close as we could get to it. Smoke could still be seen rising from the scene of the crash, where 15 cars came off the tracks from the train that was carrying more than 40 cars. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more from where the folks evacuated were taken.
The entire town of Livingston was initially told to come here to the Rockcastle County Middle School. It followed a mass evacuation of an entire town that initially began this afternoon with just a couple of families.
We get a knock at the door, pound at the door. It's Sandy Singleton, the commissioner of Livingston, and she says, "You're evacuated. There's 12, 14 cars in the river. You got to get out of here."
Cooking Thanksgiving dinner turned to chaos for some Rockcastle County families Wednesday evening as emergency officials learned they needed to order a mass evacuation after the train derailed. Smoke could be seen rising from the scene in a very remote area first responders were initially struggling to get to. Everyone was told to come to the middle school where soon pizza, snacks, and drinks were delivered. It was certainly an unwelcome start to what people were looking forward to.
I was freaking out because I'm like, we're cooking. You know, we got turkeys in the oven. We can't leave. They're like, you have to go. It's a bad situation. You got to go.
Andy brought his stuff.
What caused the train to derail, what exactly was in these cars that was breached is not known. In fact, some of the local officials and firefighters were talking to me saying that they had many of the same questions that we did. In Rockcastle County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Phil, thank you very much, and we are still waiting for some sort of a news conference to hopefully get some more information. As far as we know, that still has not happened yet. CSX officials did tell us that one of two people operating the train was treated for minor injuries. Now, along with sulfur, one local firefighter told us late tonight they were told the train was also carrying some kind of malt substance. We're also told the Red Cross is assisting some of the families affected, and due to the derailment, US 25 is blocked in both directions between the Laurel County line and Callaway Branch Road in Rockcastle County. It is unknown how long that roadway will remain closed. AAA officials believe the roads will be busier than recent years this Thanksgiving weekend. They are expecting most Kentuckians to drive this Thanksgiving. AAA Representative Lori Weaver Hawkins says people should remain focused on the roads and find a designated driver if alcohol is involved in your celebrations.
So if you are going to go to parties for Thanksgiving or over the Thanksgiving holiday, I know a lot of college students coming home and maybe seeing friends they haven't seen in a couple months and going out. Just make sure that you have a ride share or you have a designated driver so that you're not driving impaired.
Hawkins also says gas prices are around 30 cents cheaper than this time last year. It's under $3 a gallon in some places.
Well, the forecast tonight not looking too bad for what's going on across parts of the region. The clouds trying to clear down toward the I-75 corridor. We're going to take a little bit of a closer look as we can look kind of down that way. That's about basically as much as we can look at. I-75 southbound there at Mount Vernon. Not too much going on out there tonight. And then we had the other direction to I-75 at London, and you don't see a whole lot there. But one thing is happening, it is getting colder quick, already down into the 30s and 40s across the region. 35 in Irvine, 40 there in Grundy, 41 in Jackson, 42 Manchester, 37 in London. So the next few hours are going to basically stay a little bit on the cooler side for you. And then, of course, as we look ahead, we're going to see a good-looking forecast for Thanksgiving, Black Friday as well, and Small Business Saturday. And, of course, we're tracking a weather system for Sunday, and then some much cooler air will move in next week. I'll have the full forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, not a bad Thanksgiving forecast, Brandon. Thank you. A Pulaski County murder suspect is still on the run tonight. The sheriff's office says today 24-year-old Samuel Baker took off his ankle monitor and left his home with a gun. He was being held on house arrest for the suspected killing of Robert Claunch in 2021. He was initially in a 2017 red Corvette, but it has since been recovered in the northern part of the county. He is now believed to be traveling in a 2016 black Dodge Grand Caravan, and he's possibly with a woman named Adriana Brown. If you see Baker, you're asked to contact police and do not approach him. Also in Pulaski County, a father and son are accused of charging the city of Somerset for gas the city never received. The Lexington Herald-Leader says a federal indictment names Mark and Marshall Holbrook. The father-son pair founded Puissant Industries. Prosecutors say they rigged meters for years. It's not clear how much the city may have lost. New York's governor says there was no indication of a terrorist attack in a Thanksgiving Eve vehicle crash and explosion at a checkpoint on the American side of a U.S.-Canada bridge in Niagara Falls, New York. Authorities say the two people inside the car died in the incident, which initially raised security concerns. A Border Patrol officer was injured, but officials say he was largely protected by a security booth. The Rainbow Bridge will remain closed for now. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's national security advisor says a planned hostage for prisoner swap with Hamas has been delayed until at least Friday. No explanation was given for the delay, and it was not immediately clear when a ceasefire might begin. The U.S. helped broker the deal for a 4-day pause in fighting, which could be extended if more hostages are released. Israel also agreed to allow more humanitarian aid into Gaza. A partnership in Paintsville helped hungry folks find a Thanksgiving meal today as one Johnson County church worked with a group of its city students. WYNT's Buddy Forbes has more about the shared mission that helped supply the meals.
Giving thanks by giving back.
It makes me feel more grateful because, you know, you really don't know what these people are going through, and it really means so much to see them actually get this food.
Hager Hill Free Will Baptist Church prepared around 100 Thanksgiving meals, then partnered with students from Paintsville schools to get them in the hands of people in need.
Something that we always wanted to do, you know, to be like our main project, and it really touches my heart because I love helping out in my community, and just getting to do this, it means so much.
Now you have dessert?
Yeah.
Offering a taste of Thanksgiving.
What's Thanksgiving dinner without a dessert? Right.
While asking questions to address unmet needs for unhoused neighbors.
He needs clothes bad. Clothes and pillows, socks.
The Paintsville elementary and middle school students, part of the community problem-solving team, hope to use their findings to provide resources to the people in their community.
You know how to try it?
This is my last year on the team, so I've wrote about homelessness all 3 years. And so it's just, we are going to try to feed them, and then the middle school maybe do like their toiletries and things like that. We may do blankets.
Saying it was a day of giving,
Happy Thanksgiving.
but also of learning.
It really makes you feel more grateful for the things you have, because you don't realize what that means when you don't have it.
In Johnson County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The free meal giveaway lasted into the afternoon, giving the students a chance to meet more people and hear about their needs. Perry County Schools employees were hard at work today preparing food for a big day of serving their community tomorrow. Since 2015, the staff has come together with the help of others in the community to serve a warm meal to folks who may need extra help getting a Thanksgiving dinner on the table. Chief Financial Officer Jody Maggard says it started as a way to ensure all of their families and students were taken care of.
I think the biggest thing is that when we highlight our students, it's not just from 8 to 3 during a school day. We want to be able to extend our services as a school system past the 3 o'clock dismissal bell. And this is a great way of showing that we are doing that.
Maggard says central office staff works closely with school resource officers and principals to identify the needs of families. The meals will also be taken to places like nursing homes as well. One Church of Eastern Kentucky is a group of churches in the Big Sandy that comes together to provide Thanksgiving meals. Organizers say they are expecting to prepare around 12,000 or more meals this year. As part of those meals, they also collect cakes that are donated by community members and businesses in the area. Danette Harrison has helped organize the event since it began 7 years ago and says it's all about helping the community.
We have a homeless shelter here. We take food to them. You know, whatever's left, we will distribute it out to the community. And, you know, sometimes we give extras. So, you know, all you have to do is come and ask. We'll be glad to give it to you.
The meals and cakes will be served at the Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow. If you're interested in volunteering, they will start prepping meals at 7:30 a.m. Well, Pikeville is also gearing up for an appearance by a famous young Kentucky native this weekend. WYMT's Madison Carmouche has more about the economic impact rapper Jack Harlow is expected to bring with him.
The Appalachian Wireless Arena is welcoming Jack Harlow for the second stop on his No Place Like Home tour.
Jack, I mean, being a Kentucky native, you know, from Louisville, to have him do these Kentucky tours and come to these Kentucky venues, it's awesome because, you know, we're affecting the local economy. People are coming in, they're staying local, they're shopping local. It's really helping, you know, the city as a whole too.
With Harlow's likely sold-out show comes the opportunity for artists to see the potential of the arena.
This is definitely putting a different eyes on us. Letting people see the variety that we can bring to the table. You know, a lot of people wouldn't expect Jack Harlow to be in Eastern Kentucky, but he is.
Another perk of the tour coming to Pikeville is that it falls on a huge shopping weekend.
Shop Small Saturday is just to focus on local businesses and to help our local economy grow. So what we're doing there is Main Street is providing these little bags, these little gift bags for the first 200 people, and it comes with 10 downtown dollars. So that's 10 free dollars that you can use anywhere downtown.
The Jack Harlow Foundation will also be collecting non-perishable items in collection barrels near the arena. In Pikeville, Madison Carmouche, WYMT Mountain News.
Going to be a big weekend. As of earlier today, we were told only a handful of tickets for that show were left. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, today is the 60th anniversary of President Kennedy's assassination. Why one Kentucky historian says many questions still remain.
And we're heading toward the holiday with some nicer conditions after we see things clear out tonight into tomorrow. Let's forecast just a few minutes.